Yeah, now make sure that make sure that you make sure and most of our subscribe to that notification bell and HBCU OverDrive, man. Also, gotta make sure that you one of the member on the 499. Everything that we do on the channel, everything on that channel, goes back to the channel. So just let everybody know. So I ain't gonna be on with you today, but I'm gonna break my eyes. I'm coming out here and show y'all is gonna put it on something. So kind of first step. What's going on, man? Now, I'm good. Just here, chilling on the Dallas, doing all these NBA plays and stuff like that, trying not to get my blood pressure.
I got a little static right now, dog. You barely hear you.
Okay, yeah, now.
Little bit, still got a static.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, yeah. So that was my little sound system. But anyway, man. Anyway, I'm trying not to lose my blood pressure, trying not to you know what I'm saying, scream at the TV about what's going on in the NBA, talking about what's going on in the NFL. Shoot, hell, I'm ready for baseball season to start up. So you got my Astros on, you got my second favorite team on, the Braves.
Yeah. See, I rock that for first letter. You know what I'm saying? But there was some old white supremacists out there in California, so old neo-Nazi looking motherfucker, you know what I'm talking about? And it was one of my videos, was doing pretty good on a little viral tip. And he see me going off about the Packers, so I'm in my Packer jersey, but I got the A-Town hat on, and this sucker called me a boy. Like, yo, shut the F up, boy, because you got repping Atlanta with, now, of course he got cussed out and blocked. But man, folks be tripping.
Man. So tell me, man, what made you get into these podcast streets, man?
Man, it's like I tell young people, you gotta monetize your talent. You feel me? So pretty much anything I'm good at, I try to monetize that. You know what I'm talking about? So I got an educational consulting business because I was a successful teacher. So I monetized that. You know what I'm talking about? I own a company called Greatest You Training because I was a successful basketball coach. So I monetized that. I came into this entertainment business as a rapper, and I still put out EPs. I put out 4 EPs, countless mixtapes and everything like that. So I monetized that. And so me and my brother would always be on the phone talking about sports. And we were like, man, we need to go ahead and do something. We need to go ahead and do something. But I'm not the type of person to keep saying I'm going to do it. So we just went ahead and did it. You know what I'm talking
about? Man, I see, man. It took me a minute to get on here. Shoot, I'm going to talk about shoes and clothes. And then I was like, man, you know what? Forget this. I'm about to talk about what I love, sports. Yeah. And then my second love, HBCUs, though.
Right.
So, man, I know people don't know. Most people don't know. Tell everybody where you from, man.
Man, I'm from Canton, Mississippi. Proud of you. You know what I'm talking about? You got a lot of folk from around here, a lot of great people. We got a lady by the name of Sister Thea Bowman. She's a candidate for sainthood in the Catholic Church. You feel me? She's from Canton, Mississippi. We got an NBA champion by the name of Quindarius Weatherspoon. He was just on the Warriors finals team. You know what I'm talking about? That was one of my players. He's from Canton, Mississippi. You know what I'm talking about? So we got countless civil rights activists. Like we about that life here. You know, the Klan tried to kill Dr. King here, for instance. You know what I'm talking about? And you know, we were active. So we got a lot of great people from where I'm from. So I'm proudly from Canton, Mississippi.
And I remember, so I was at Jackson, but everybody just don't know. I went to Jackson State from 1997 to 2001. I left early in 2001. I came back to Jackson in 2009. Only reason why, because I loved the school, but then also my oldest daughter is from Greenville, Mississippi. So Mississippi is always gonna have that. Excuse me. It's always gonna have that my heart. Plus, my stepdad was born in Brookhaven, but lived most of his life in Chicago before he moved down here to Dallas.
Right.
Um, rest in peace to him. But I've been to, like I said, I tell people I've been everywhere. But it's something about Canton. When you drive through Canton, it's like that little small town. Nobody don't. It's either you don't mess with nobody, you know everybody around the town,
Right.
or somebody know your mama, your daddy, whoever that's
Yeah.
around the town.
Yeah.
So it also like I said, it also reminded me of Brookhaven. So,
Okay.
but yeah, that's my whole thing about that. I tell people about that. So man, we gonna get into it, dog.
All right.
Get into it. First off, we're gonna talk about Eddie George,
All right.
what he said on when he went on Club Shay Shay.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people ain't gonna worry about Shannon Sharp right now, but
Right.
he went on Club Shay Shay. But let's talk about the difference between when he was on there and when Prime was on there.
Okay.
So we all thought about when Prime got on Club Shay Shay, he was already at Colorado. First of all, I'm gonna say it just like this. Shannon Sharp could have came down to Jackson and did the interview while he was at Jackson State if he had so much love for Prime in the first place.
That would have been more beneficial to everybody involved.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But you waited till he get the job in Colorado, and then you do your interview with him, which
Right.
that makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets on there. Now, one thing I will say, he did give Jackson State they due diligence for giving him his first opportunity, his first job.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he didn't give him we didn't give him his first job, you would never heard about no damn Coach Prime being a Coach Prime on no collegiate level.
But think about that. That's why I be trying to get folks to understand. Think about that. This man is arguably the GOAT defender. You know what I'm talking about? He get put up there with LT and Reggie White and all these cats. And you telling, and he played for Florida State under legendary Bobby Bowden. He one of his boys. And you telling me none of the white folk gonna give him a chance? None of y'all won't give him a chance. You feel me? That's this textbook racism. You know, because they wanted your body. They wanted the 4-2. They wanted the 4-2. But now it's time to just use this. And they like, I don't know. You got to go prove it. Well, hold on, cuz. Hold on. Jeff Saturday didn't have to prove nothing in the NFL. Not even college. Forget Power 5. The highest level is the NFL. Jeff Saturday ain't had to prove nothing. In the NBA, Steve Kerr ain't had to prove nothing. He ain't never coached nobody. He may be coach's child. I don't know. Steve Nash ain't had to prove nothing. And he was handed KD and Kyrie Irving. But this man, Deion Sanders, who's arguably the GOAT defender in NFL history, oh, you got to go prove it somewhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And I thought I peeped game early because I used to watch Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. You know what I'm talking about? I be needing some noise, like when I'm working out or something like that. You need some noise. And so it's kind of like what Alonzo in Training Day say. He say, newspaper, this is 90% bullshit, but it entertains me. You feel me?
Yep.
So I used to watch them. And Shannon Sharp would say on there that he talks to Prime once a week. And so throughout the year, he would be saying he wants to elevate, he leaving. So he been saying the whole time he was at Jack State that he was going to leave. So one thing I try to do on my platform is put enough stuff out there, hoping to appeal to something deeper in him if he ever came across, you know what I'm saying, that was like, bruh, you different. Like, you different, and them folk told you got to prove it. You should feel some type of way about that, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is.
Yep. So I said like this. Of course, him being in Dallas, like, when he left Baltimore, he already had his house in Dallas. So he stayed in Dallas and came up with Truth organization, his little league organization, which is tremendous. You know what I'm saying? It was tremendous all around Dallas and everything. Povich guys try to open up a school, Prime Prep Academy. Like I told people, my my two cousins were in the school all the way up to the time it pretty much shut down.
That's what's up.
And understandably so, you can say it's all about the kids, but and then you say it's not about the money because you didn't need the money. Of course you don't need the money. And it's all about elevating your assistants. Well, it's not even your assistants. It's about elevating the people that's been down with you for over 25 years. Andre Hart been down with you for 20 years. Kevin Matthews been down with you hell since he got drafted to the Cowboys. And that was in 1997.
Right.
So it's not like you elevate for everybody else. You just elevate for your dudes, and just say, to me, just say that. Just all you gotta do, just tell me that. Tell everybody, you can tell everybody else the flow, but you can tell me that.
But like what one that I look at, like, okay, why not? If those are his homies and they're good at what they do, which based on the performance of our team, I would say they were good at what they did. You feel me? Cause we know the position coaches really the ones that had to do the real everyday coaching when it comes to football because it's so stratified. So they good at what they do. Why couldn't they elevate without him? Why wouldn't some other program say to them, you come be my defensive coordinator, you come be my offensive coordinator, you come be my head coach. We saw you studied under Deion Sanders. We want some of that magic that he had. Because that's what we see everybody else do. Yeah. Well, I just saw with Southern Miss fans. Southern Miss defensive coordinator, a little older than me, or maybe younger than me. I don't know. He look young dude, babyface dude for Southern Miss. He left Southern Miss. Now he's on Alabama staff. Because Southern Miss is treated like a stepping stone. You feel me? So it happens with the white schools too. So why couldn't it happen with Coach Prime Boy? They needed to get paid because they ain't got generational wealth yet. I understand that. Totally. They ain't got no commercials. They ain't got all that. Cool. They could have got jobs. They should have. These folks really want some solid coaches, but they don't want solid coaches. They want the recruits that he can bring. That's what they want.
Right. So, man, look, I'm gonna tell you just like this. Shout out to Tim G.
What up, brother?
Shout out to your brother, man.
Yeah, my brother on that thing. What up, boy?
Uncle said right there, my boy DeJuan. Yeah, all these people, man, they ride with your boy over here. But I'm gonna say it just like this. The difference between Eddie George and Coach Prime is, first of all, Coach Prime is a celebrity head coach. He wanted to be a celebrity head coach because he wanted to keep his name relevant for everybody to be out there. Right. That's the reason why he did those TV shows, those reality shows and stuff like that. That's the reason why he was on NFL Network. So he tried to keep his name relevant. It's gonna stay relevant regardless because of the simple fact, bro, you Prime. You ain't gotta be on, you don't have to be on reality TV for anybody to know, man, that's Prime. We don't kids nowadays could go Google your ass and YouTube your ass all day and see what you did back in the day. Come on now, we ain't gotta do that. We know that. We know who you is. Eddie George, on the other hand, left out of football, went into the business sector, went into the financial sector, y'all. The way he was saying, like he was raising money for the AKAs under Dr. Glover, who was also the president of Tennessee State, who was also the president of the AKAs.
Right.
So he was well connected with Dr. Glover. And for some reason, Dr. Glover just put a bug in his ear and said, "Hey, you want to be our head coach? Because you done fired Rod Reed. You want to be our head coach?" And then, he said it took some time, talked to his wife. His wife, Taj from SWV.
One of my wife's favorite groups.
Yeah. And so, like, my thing is, like, yeah, he came in, he didn't know anything about football. I mean, about coaching football.
Yeah.
Yeah, he know nothing about coaching football, but what he had when he got to Tennessee State, he got basically in the air. He got Jeff Fisher because Jeff Fisher pretty much ran all the football operations. All you gotta go out there and do is rep the school, get the recruits to come in, and have your team coach them up. That's
Right.
it. He
Yep.
been doing it since he got to the damn school. But the thing that I liked about what he did that I didn't like what Prime did was he didn't besmirch HBCU. He told everybody, well, look, my he like hell, my family was, is trenches HBCUs. We got to Tennessee, he got to Tennessee. Hell, we was at Tennessee State almost every other day. So he knew everything about it. Even though he didn't go to one, he went to Ohio State and was a damn good running back at Ohio State and a damn good running back in the NFL. And he just explained to Shannon, like, look, I'm gonna just be real with you. We supposed to be getting this money from the state for a very long time.
Right.
They've been ducking and dodging us for over 5 decades. Now they're giving us the money, only $254 million, but you're gonna tell me what to do with my money. Where Prime was kind of up in arms, like, well, I'm supposed to get paid such and such in the contract, but in a sense, we honored your contract. You honored your contract.
Yeah.
It's not like we did anything wrong. You feel like you should have got paid more. Who fault is that? And then you don't put on those smear campaign to try to smear the school that gave you your chance.
Right.
Because if you get fired from Colorado, where you gonna go to next? Where you gonna go to next?
And you see it all the time when these cats cross over. You can go into the world of entertainment. You got a guy come out maybe making trap music. You feel me? So you know the streets with them. It's us with them. They sell a gold record, 500,000 copies. Oh, they start to inch away. They don't come back to your city no more. Don't let them go platinum.
Yeah,
you ain't finna see them in your city no more. But then they catch a scandal. They done got hashtag canceled. Now they want to come back to your city. Now they want to come back to the hood. And the thing about it, a lot of times we welcome them with open arms because black folks show forgiving. You know what I'm saying? Like remember that white boy shot up some black folk and the family forgave him in the courtroom. See, black folks don't want to do that. I don't see nobody else do that. You know
that was, in fact, that was down here where there was Amber Geiger, the Botham John's little brother, apologized to her.
Yeah. I don't see many other races do that, man.
Boy, you think, man, the city was on fire that day right there. They was like, why you do that? But I understood, you got to understand where his heart is. Like, that was his best friend. So you got to kind of put it in perspective. Like, man, I'm gonna forgive you, but I ain't gonna forget what's going, what's happening.
I mean, if somebody a Christian, if they living by their faith, that's what they supposed to do, I guess. You know what I'm talking about? But some folk take that kind of stuff from us for granted. You feel me? Like the embrace of your culture, how we are understanding of our own struggles and stuff like that. Like I mentioned, being a successful teacher. I wouldn't have had an opportunity to be a successful teacher if it wasn't a black woman who understands our struggle, that knew that when I was attacked by the police and hit that son bitch back, she was like, she didn't look at me like, oh, I can't hire this guy. She understood. I was hired that day because another black person understood the struggle. You feel me? Right. And I think a lot of folks take for granted the embrace of the culture gives them. You feel me?
But then too, when you look at it, man, I be like, in the sense, bro, like Shannon Sharp, bro, you went to an HBCU. You forgot where you came from. Because if it weren't for Savannah State, you weren't going to no South Carolina with your big brother. You weren't going to South Carolina early. You're gonna be sitting at the house wondering why I ain't get this chance to do what I wanted to do.
Right.
Savannah State gave you your chance, and you rolled that some bit all the way to the NFL Hall of Fame.
And he a bad motherfucker now. He bad.
Yeah,
he a bad man.
so I'm not gonna say nothing bad about it, but I'm not gonna say nothing bad about your playing career. But when it comes down out afterwards, it was some, there's some things that you done said that you done did that people have, you rubbed the wrong way, but people have forgave you.
Mm-hmm.
Where you, so we gonna go back. I'm gonna pivot to something where you on the show and you talking about with Skip Bayless.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Skip pretty much was raised almost exclusively by a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
He said it. He told his story.
Yep.
And in fact, name was Miss Katie. Name was Miss Katie. But you telling Skip that this is about Bethune-Cookman, that there were schools worse than what Bethune-Cookman looked like, and you just mouthed off Prairie View and Alcorn.
You give him too much credit. He keeps saying Alcorn. You see, he don't know the culture. Don't know the culture. Don't know the culture.
See, and I'm like this, sir. Have you done your research about what these two schools look like? I could go look. I can tell you about the research of Prairie View. You know, written, written in the Texas State Constitution as the third institution to get money, to get state money from Texas A&M and University of Texas. If you go found it on an old plantation, just get that right. But if you drive down there and you just go on campus, the school looks better than some damn neighborhoods.
They got him right though, because in the Eddie George interview, you saw he said, "Oh, Prairie View looks great." They done added you with them images now.
Yeah, somebody does. And so with Eddie, like that was the way that you handle a situation like that with when it comes down to HBCUs. Don't talk down on them because they gave you your first shot.
With Eddie though, I ain't see it like that. I thought I was gonna see it like that from the viral clip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, Eddie got some sense. I was like, oh yeah, Eddie humble. I always looked at it like that. But then when I watched it, it was like it was subtle. If you go back and watch it, you're gonna see what I'm talking about, okay? Because I got it here in my notes. He said several things. All right. He talked about HBCU's got an old way of thinking. That's something Prime be saying too. Shannon Shaw be saying that. Old way of thinking. What is that? They never define that. What's the old way of thinking? Okay, that HBCU's got that the white schools don't have. He talked about the need to be transparent with the money. That's another thing that they folks keep saying, acting like the HBCU be stealing money. You got all these little code words they be throwing out there. Mm-hmm. Shannon Shaw said that we tried to guilt Prime in the stand. Eddie George agreed with him. If you go back and watch, you're gonna peep all this stuff. Then he mentioned, well, basically saying we should be appreciative of them because we went undefeated for the first time. Again, people don't look at that. I'm proud that we went undefeated. I said we were going to win the Celebration Bowl and be undefeated. I actually said, book it. They already know. I said it, and they made me look bad. But I'm real enough to know part of the reason we went undefeated, we didn't play no money game. I understand that. You know what I'm talking about? Like the previous year, we played, I want to say on Monroe, Louisiana Monroe. We should have won that game, by the way. Our defense played incredibly well. Incredibly well. Okay. But that's part of the reason we went undefeated. Like the women's team is the most dominant team out of the men basketball, women basketball, and of course football. If they only play HBCUs in comparable size schools, Tamika Reed and them probably be undefeated. Now we did get knocked off on our Texas swing. Okay, they upset us. Shout out to those women. They hooped that night. We had like 27 turnovers though. Okay, we did do that, but they won fair and square. They won it. But you give them a point. If we didn't play money, show enough last year. If we didn't play money games with Misha Williams, Holiday, and Rogan, we would have went undefeated. So okay, there's that. But it's like it was little stuff that he was throwing in there.
In the windows.
So this how I looked at it, and I don't know if you keep up politics and that. You sound like you do.
Yep.
I look at it like three different cats. I look at Trump. I look at Ron DeSantis, who I call strategic Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at Mike Pence, former vice president.
Right.
There's three different versions of the same enemy. Okay. You got Trump, he just loud and crazy. He out there in your face. He erratic. Ain't no telling what he gonna do. Well, that's how Ed Regis acted.
Right.
Okay. He went on live and acting crazy. Prime too polished for that. Prime ain't finna do that. Okay. and Eddie George, that man ain't been an actor on Broadway. He not finna do that. Okay. But that's Trump. Trump and Eddie, not saying they're philosophically that they're the same. I'm not saying it. I'm just talking about in how they were acting. Prime is more like Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis doing the same stuff Trump want to do, but he's strategic with it. Prime was excellently strategic with it. I put out a video saying he's an expert politician, and he is. He could run for an office somewhere if he chose to, because he stay away from the hot topics. You know, so I don't know. I don't follow. Has he said anything about the cops beating the hell out of Tyree Nichols? Like, he stay away from shit like that. You know, out of that Michael Jordan vein, Magic Johnson, he come out of them that era. They didn't touch stuff like that. So he like strategic. And then I looked at Eddie George like Mike Pence. Mike Pence was buttoned up. He's not inflammatory. He not gonna use the N-word. He not gonna go on no live and go crazy. He's not gonna do like Trump and go crazy at a rally and energize the people. But he believes the same thing they believe. You know what I'm saying? So when you say HBCUs got an old way of thinking, HBCUs got different values than Power 5. Really, do we? Because when I hear that, I hear black people got different values than white people. That's what I hear.
Right. That's it. That's the key word. That's the code word right there, though.
Yeah, and from my understanding, from my upbringing, and I've been, from a black hood, but I went to high school, was an upper middle class white folk. I went to Southern Miss for undergrad with all kind of people, and I'd been to Jack State, and I taught in black public school. So I've seen all walks of life. Seems like everybody wants the same thing. But some folks got easier access to those things,
right?
For various reasons. And some people got more money. So I don't think it's a different value system. The bread ain't right.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, I understand the analogy that you did, like you just said. Like, look, all the way up until my freshman year in high school, pretty much I was in DISD. You know what I'm saying? Black, Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? It was predominantly white for a little bit, but shit, that dynamic shifted when you got more black kids coming from Oak Cliff, South Dallas, and Pleasant Grove going to your schools, and some that's in North Dallas than your white kids. Right. So I understood that. Then when I went to Cedar Hill, I went to Cedar Hill for 4 years. I see the drastic changes. We talking about this before black migration into the major black migration here in Dallas into the suburbs. So I've seen that, and then get to Jackson State. I'm like, shit, I'm right back where I was, like right back where I started from.
Yeah.
Rich, whole, you know what I'm saying? If you got money, I ain't got that kind of money and stuff like that. But I'm been around, just like you, I've been around a whole bunch of people, man. And I've been around, lived in so many places. Like, it's like you adapt, but then you just you look at and you listen and you see, you know what I'm saying? You just kind of be aware of what your surroundings is. Yeah. Like, I went down to Southern Miss, who was this, 1999 for homecoming out there. And I was like, this is totally different from being in Jackson. Totally different from being in Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah, something that I was like, I don't think I could do this. I don't think I could go here. I don't think I go here. I don't think I go to school that's like with 14, 15,000 kids up here. I can't do that. I stick with where I know.
And see,
But
with me coming from a small environment, I said I need to go somewhere big, see what that be like. And what I found was it was completely segregated, like the rest of the United States. Like I'm at school with y'all, but I'm not at school with y'all because I go hoop with black people. I go eat with my partners. We sit on the black side of the cafeteria. We go to the football game. You got black folks on the field. Everybody else white except for this little black section. We go to the club with black people. It was segregated within the school, you know. And so, like, I think about those guys that left with Prime. I mean, that's what they about to experience. Now, Shador and them, they probably used to that, you know, coming up.
My aunt used to talk because my aunt is funny. My aunt, she taught at Cedar Hill. So she taught DeAndre. She taught he left to go up to Flower Mound Marcus High School in Flower Mound.
Okay.
But my aunt, we talked about this a while back. She's like, Dave, they ain't nothing but trust fund babies. That's all they are. That's all they are. They ain't nothing but trust fund babies. That you see what their daddy done, took them to the hood, try to get them to look, you know what I'm saying, to experience what it is to be in the hood that he had to experience when he was in Fort Myers, Florida.
Bruh.
But,
you just hit the nail, bruh. That's what I can't get past.
They've been in a trust fund society, trust fund household since he ever got to the NFL. That's like,
and you know, that's what you want. You want your kids live a better life. Like, I try to get my daughter and my son, you know, to have a better life than I have. I don't want them to be able to look out the window and see somebody running down the street with a gun. I don't want that to happen. You know what I'm talking about? But what I can't get past is Prime. He did live in Fort Myers, Florida. He did say to us, his mama used to have to clean up, and his daddy had drug issues. So the crazy thing, how do you forget that? Like, you can't forget that. I got a degree in psychology. Like, when your brain is forming, that stuff don't leave you, dog. You know what I'm saying? So you got to realize that their struggle is the same struggle for folks at HBCUs. Because the folks from the hood you came from, a lot of them go to FAMU. A lot of them go to Bethune. You know, I'm just naming the ones in Florida. You know what I'm talking about? Like, a lot of them going there. So it's crazy. The disconnect is nuts.
And then when it's crazy, like, your sons are there. Your daughter is there.
Right.
All right. So now you get to experience as a parent about what goes on at HBCUs. Yes, of course, you know, when that refund check be late and stuff like that, you be pissed off because you done walked all the way from one side of the campus to the other side of the campus thinking that you're gonna have your check. And they tell you now it's gonna be about another week or so. And then you just be like, man, you know what? I'm about to leave this damn school. So now you experience what parents from of people that lived in the situation what we experienced. You see what we had to go through. But just put it just like this: did your kids get paid? Did they get their money? Yeah, it might have came a little bit late, but they got their money.
And he called it out, which was dope. You know, if you're gonna call it out, try to be a change agent. That's the right thing to do. You share the light, because people gonna pay attention to what you say just because you ran the 4-2. That's jacked up. Because I would think somebody like my OG, C. Lee McInnes, he's a scholar. He's a scholar, a learned man, a brilliant man, but he didn't run a 4-2 playing for the Dallas Cowboys. So they not gonna listen to that brother as quickly as they're gonna listen to Prime. So you can be a change agent. And the reason why we were upset when you left is that we needed somebody to be that change agent. Because we got folks down here that's about that life, but it's hard to get the masses to pay attention.
Yeah,
you know, to our struggle. Like with that water crisis. Like,
let's pivot to that right there.
This
Let's
ain't
let's
nothing new. Bro, I was teaching down there on Lynch Street. Probably 2009 or 2010, somewhere in there. I'm teaching in a school down there. They had to let out school for like 2 weeks or something because the pipes burst. They were passing out water at the old Metro Center Mall. That back then. This ain't nothing new. But a lot of the masses didn't pay attention to when a celebrity said something about it.
Right. So yeah, let's pivot on to that, man, because I want to talk about Mississippi State government and what the hell they trying to do to Jackson. Because I keep up with it on my Twitter here in Dallas, but just reading and listening and just like, man, you know what? They just trying to kill the folks in Jackson. They trying to kill the city. Like the two house. So, and this is crazy though. So we let's start off last week, right? We put in a bill to see if we could get some more dorms for the university. That dies in the committee. But this one bill that's going towards Ole Miss and Mississippi State, it get pushed through. Then we turn around and we already knew that $600 to $800 million was supposed to be earmarked to the city of Jackson to fix the infrastructure for the water system. Then you get the state get this bill and say, well, no, you don't need that. You don't need that money right there because you don't know what you're gonna do with that money. You don't know what to do with that money.
Let's think about that. How racist that is.
Hey, like really, like just listen to what you said. Like, nah, we just gonna we know we could give just split it up to fix these other communities. Like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. And if I'm the state of Mississippi, if I'm the black delegates at the state house, because remember, your state house is in Jackson, right there on State Street. All right, I gotta call the feds. I gotta call the feds to come in and step in and tell them, hey, y'all got to do something about this. You got to do something.
But we got to do something on the ground level too, because this is an election year here in the state. You know what I'm talking about? And unfortunately, me and my brother talk about this all the time. When it's not a presidential year, voter turnout is low around here.
Right.
And our enemies count on that. They count on that. You know, when it's not a presidential voting year, when we in the middle of COVID in 2020. I'm talking about folks out there, we don't have a vaccine yet or nothing, but we got a presidential election between Biden and Trump and everybody talking about it. I went down there to my polling place to vote. I had to wait in line way more than an hour. The line was from the church, which my polling place was, out to the street. Black folks, white folks, everything. The very next year, when it was time to vote for some local stuff, I went up in that thing, park, ain't nobody there. Yep. When the stuff that affects you is the local stuff, more closely. Those people are more tangible to you. You know what I'm talking about? So part of it is we can't be reactive. Like we see the fuck shit these folks try to do, and then we react to it instead of thinking proactively. We know they're gonna try some fuck shit, so let's keep their ass up out of here. You feel me? Because especially since we the blackest state in the union. We like 38% of the state. But since we such a large segment of the state, historically, the enemy has been vicious. They've been like when the Klan, like the Mississippi Klan was the most vicious Klan. And now they just on the most strategic shit. So we just gonna do these little bills and take your shit. They really on some Debo shit. Think they just gonna take some.
And I looked at it, people, we all react to, and I'm like, what's going on here? Because I promise you, I promise you this: if Greg Abbott, Governor Hot Wheels here in Texas,
what y'all call him?
Governor Hot Wheels. Governor Hot Wheels here in Texas, he even tried some stuff like that. You got the 4 major cities in Texas: Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Houston will ride up on your ass to the state capitol. They'll try to flip you out that chair.
Now he one of them ones Now he one of them ones that these folks love, and they like as a future presidential candidate, like he another DeSantis, like him and DeSantis be trying to go heads up with one another. You feel me? So it's like D-Boy, Tate Reed, like they just really showing out to see who can really take that next step as the baby Trump. Who gonna be that one that take that mount? And we got to push back. They going hard, y'all. I don't know who out there, you feel me? But I know Kane be putting out some good shit, and I know y'all watch. We got to go hard, cause they going. You feel me? You got to tell your kids, if you got a 17-year-old finna turn 18, they all need to be getting registered to vote. If they already a senior 18, they all need to be getting registered to vote. You feel me? If I can lend my voice, if somebody organizing a rally or something like that, I would lend my voice. I would show up and show out. You feel me? Because we got to push back on these suckers and make that shit go viral. Because usually when change happened in Mississippi, like you saying, King, you had to get them outsiders involved. You know what I'm talking about? Whether it be the federal government, whether it be some of these news outlets outside the state. Look at Brett finally catching Brett now that he didn't call heat from the national media. Now his ass want to sue. See, when Mississippi media was getting on his ass, and I didn't call for the motherfucker to go to prison, you know, but he went right there. But now that the outside media done got on him, now he filed a lawsuit, man. So Mississippi got to feel that out. Tate Reed ain't worried about nothing in the state. But we got to turn up and show the rest of the world, hey, because, they took that flag down. They took the flag down, but they just want y'all to think things got better so y'all can do business with them. But they still on this fuck shit down here.
Oh, we got Uncle said there's a rally at 3 o'clock tomorrow with Dr. Umar Johnson.
Oh, yeah. My brother said me about Umar coming in about the water. I suppose I'm sure he gonna talk about what's going on with the bills and shit. I'm sure he gonna lump everything up in there.
Because I'm looking at him like, bro, even when I was there, the water was a problem when I was in school there. So my whole thing is, look,
and you said your years were what?
97 to 2001.
Damn, so it go back that far.
Yeah, it go back far. It wasn't like real bad, but it was to the point where you have to realize when you think about this. Kamikaze put something out there on Twitter, and he kind of made a whole rundown about how this all happened, how Miss Jackson done got into the same shape that it was. Harvey Johnson gets elected in 1997. That's my freshman year in Jackson State. He gets elected first Black Democratic mayor of the city of Jackson.
Oh, if I were hot, boy, if I were hot.
And it was so nice. He did it twice. In fact, I think he did it a third time to be exact. And he run 3 times.
I can't remember, but he was in there for a minute.
Then you got the elder Lumumba,
that was my boy.
You had Frank Melton, who was riding around doing busting out, riding around doing a dope bus.
Frank, the reason I started drinking scotch, you know what I'm saying? Because they told me, they say while he was out there watching them boys knock down them abandoned houses, that he had some scotch and water in that thing. I said, scotch? What that boy drinking on? I said, let me go. I had to go find some scotch to see what Frank was drinking on. You know what I'm saying? Frank was something else, bro.
And I'm talking about, but if you see where it's coming from. You see where I'm going with now. Black mayors, right? And then you got the youngest Lumumba that's in office now, right? Oh, Tony Yarber.
Tony
Tony
Arthur.
Yarber. I ain't gonna forget
Yeah.
about Tony Yarber. But you see the pattern. We had black mayors, Democratic mayors, be the leaders for Jackson, Mississippi, right?
Right.
State capital. All right. So ever since then, white folks don't like that. They don't want to be. They don't want to be. They don't want to be run by or ruled by a black man. So of course, what they're gonna do? They're gonna ride out to these bedside communities
Take the
like
dollars out.
Madison, Ridgeland, Pearl, uh, Flora, Flowood. So you go down to Byram, go east to Clinton, I mean west to Clinton. So you 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 taking, like you said, you taking the money out of the city. Now, city is 80% black, 25% are in poverty. And if you own your house, right, because you're paying property taxes, right, and you own your house, but your job ain't paying you that much, what can you do? You got to come to a decision. Either give up my house and have no type of power because my money pays for such things as roads, as sidewalks, as water, as gas, everything, trash, all that. You don't have that. You have to make a decision. Most people like, well, I don't have enough to get, to pay my property taxes on my house, so I'm gonna have to sell my house, and then they have to go live in apartments and stuff somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So now you done took. That's how you take. That's one part of how you take power away from black folks. All right. The other part is, and my man Mr. Campbell is in here, and he'll attest to it. It's it's gentrification. Gentrify the neighborhood and boost the damn and boost up everything. We talking about rent, mortgage, everything, anything that you want to do. You boost it up because now, since my job ain't paying you this much, and I can't, I gotta decide if I'm gonna eat. If I need to eat or I need somewhere to lay my head down. What can you do?
Yeah.
Because it's always going to be a decision in what's going on. And they just doing they know what it is. It's the ultimate. It is the ultimate heist for the for the state capital of Mississippi. They
Mm-hmm.
would rather for the capital city to die from the inside, right? And move and proclaim a new capital somewhere else than to be inside of Jackson. I took my wife first time we went to Jackson. She went to Jackson. She from California, so she
Mm-hmm.
ain't never been. She ain't never been east past the Mississippi.
Okay.
So we went for homecoming, right? So she loved going to Jackson. She loved going to Mississippi. It's peaceful. It's serene. It's she's not used to being in places like that because she's grew up in South Central.
Okay. Okay.
So so she was like, we was driving down. Where were we driving down? Terry Road,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, "Hey, why is there a big ass crater in the middle of the street?"
Okay. Crater.
I was like, "Well, they need that's a pothole first of all, and
Right.
second, they need to fix it." But she's like, "Don't they?" I said, "Yeah, but in the city of Jackson, it's totally different. You have to understand. You have to be from here to understand what's going on with Jackson."
Mm-hmm.
Or even if you don't even have to be from here, you have to be there for a minute to know what's going on in Jackson. But they ain't gonna stop her from coming to Mississippi. That's not gonna stop me from sending my kids to Mississippi for school. So it ain't gonna do anything about that. But they it's just the fact that they are willing to kill the city before being governed by black people.
And bro, it's so crazy. A few years ago, I was reading a collection of Marcus Garvey's speeches and writings,
Mm-hmm.
and he predicted all this shit. In the 1920s, he predicted all this because, and he said something that's logical. He
Mm-hmm.
said for white people to give us full equality, it's like they're giving their children less of a advantage. And it's illogical for us to think that they're going to give their children less of an advantage to make us equal. He predicted that. So that was like one of the reasons he was calling for the Back to Africa move. He was like, look, they just not gonna do it, y'all. Like I hear what WEB is saying over here, but they not finna do this. And I'd be damn 100 years later. Look at what you just said. These folks willing to kill their own capital city. It ain't like it's just the black capital. That's the capital of the state of Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
And they willing to wreck that shit just to make a point that something that black run is inadequate. Because that's when you say Harvard Johnson. Harvard Johnson is cold now. Because when they try to say when things was run right, they always use that year. They always use around that year that Harvard Johnson first came in. So they think everything before him was done right. And so that go back to the same thing I be saying when folks be dissing HBCU. It's like, bruh, these are black institutions. Like I was telling my brother the other day, I feel like no matter where you went to school or if you ain't go nobody to school, if you black, you need to choose one and just be down with that one.
Right.
Because that's black run. It's like a black owned business. You know, we say all these catchwords, buy black, support black. Well, this is black. It's our culture. The president's black. The teacher's black. You ain't got to worry about no groups telling you not to pray. You ain't got to, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about nobody saying what you posting on social media does not fit our image. No, they ain't going to say that because this is us. This your folk. So no matter who you are and where you are, if you black, you ought to be thinking black. And you ought to be down with one of these joints. Not just rock the t-shirt. See a lot of folks in the league starting to do that.
Yeah.
It's just dope. That's dope. But I would challenge those brothers and sisters that got that bag. Become a booster. Become a booster. They will name buildings after you. I took my mom to Tuskegee, which that was her first stop before she got married. You know what I'm talking about? And then she ended up finishing at Jack State. First building I see across from Booker T. Washington's home is a building named after either Rockefeller or Carnegie. One of them. And me being
it was Carnegie Mellon. It was a Carnegie Mellon. It was something like that. I've been to those.
Okay. So you know what I'm talking about. So me being a history guy, I asked the guide, I said, is that named after Andrew Carnegie? And she said, yeah, he was one of our biggest benefactors. Well, think about that. These black folks today with that bag, instead of buying some big ass iced out chain that you gonna later on in the interview in your life, you're gonna say, oh, that was a dumb purchase. Yeah, that's one of the, when I first got that bag, that's one of the dumbest things I did. You can go take care of some of this shit we talking about on these campuses. They might name the building after you. They might name this new stadium after you. They like, this is your shit. You can come on that motherfucker. We gonna go crazy. You gonna get so much love and admiration. You can write a lot of this shit off on your taxes.
Yep.
It's great PR for you. You know what I'm saying? Because the black folks gonna love you more. The white liberals gonna love you more and everything like that. It's good business, first of all. Yep. It's good business. And it's the right thing to do.
It's right. It's the right thing to do. So I just got a thing, like you said, you was talking about Brett Favre with the welfare scandal.
Oh, that
he's suing Shannon Sharp and Pat McAfee. I don't know why you suing Pat McAfee. McAfee cool with me. I don't care what anybody say. I invite Pat McAfee to the barbecue before I invite Shannon Sharp to the barbecue.
This man don't want nobody saying nothing about that case, I guess. If you in the national media, you said something, he coming for you, I guess.
He broke, and that's my whole thing. You broke. That's the only way you suing. But it just, to me, it just don't make, like I said, it don't make sense for you to kill your own city. You know what I'm saying?
No, it don't. But racism don't make sense. You know
That
what I'm
is
saying? Like it really don't make sense. Think about like these segregated schools. All right, after Brown v. Board of Education, you got all these segregation academies popped up. You know, like the one that one of our senators, Sidney Hyde Smith, went to. Okay, you got all these segregation academies pop up. Them folk could have been going to school for free. They get their tax dollar was still being used for the local public school, but they were so racist. They said we rather, okay, our tax dollar gonna go for that. Then we gonna take some more money and go make a school over here.
Yeah,
like racism been expensive. You know what I'm saying? That shit been expensive. You could have bought a boat with that.
I ain't never heard those like that, man. Racism is expensive. I want to do I want to be racist and be broke at the same time, or I just want to just live my life? I ain't never heard nothing like that. But
Like, think about that, bro. Like you paid all this tuition over here, so your baby didn't have to sit in the school next to this black dude. You could have bought a boat with that. You could have took a trip with your family with that, cuz. You know, but you chose racism. You know what I'm talking about? That's what you chose to do. That's crazy. But it's like you saying, they will burn their own shit down.
Oh man. So man, let's get into some Jackson State athletics, some basketball and some football, man.
All right.
So we got Coach Reed. She the GOAT. She the GOAT right now.
Rolling.
She trying to do a 4-peat. She trying to do a 4-peat in the SWAC.
Legendary.
And I don't think nobody has ever done that though in the SWAC.
I was thinking about that earlier today. I'm like, I gotta look that up. This might be unprecedented, but I gotta look it up. Look that up.
I don't think nobody's ever done that in the SWAC. On the women's side though. But we need, I'm gonna say we, as far as Jackson State, we need to make sure that she gets a bag when her contract is up. When it get ready to come up, give her the bag, because white folks about to start poaching.
They not already started trying when we damn near beat LSU last year. That was Shawty was alluding to, that they were gonna come. And Coach Reed, as I did a segment about this, she doesn't have generational wealth either yet. So that is different from Prime. I don't want nobody to put her in the same box as Prime. Prime got, I play Madden. I couldn't turn on Madden for months without seeing that man. They had him in that, they had him on in the Atlanta jersey. Then they had him in the Cowboy jersey. They had him in Atlanta, San Francisco, then the Cowboy. He had well, okay. Coach Reed ain't got that. You feel me? So of course she want to get paid, be able to pass money down to her son, stuff like that. Cool, we understand that. That's why I'm going back to the blacks with the bags. Okay, y'all can come through, be a booster.
Yep.
Drop that bag on Tamika Reed. You got it. Y'all bragging in the song, talking about you getting 100 racks of a show. Okay, come help shout out there. You know what I'm saying?
And she put out a good product too. So it's not like she no slouch.
Like what? Like, bruh, she killing in Mississippi. Well, y'all real ones that's outside the state. You know what I'm talking about? You got Danny Dozen list that's put out by the Clarion Ledger, our biggest paper here.
Yep.
Okay, so that's the top 12 basketball players in the state. She killing that. She getting some players that Mississippi State, Ole Miss, some Miss won't. She getting that. Oh, transfer portal. She killing that. Like, she doing it. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I'm like, damn, the only thing the women's team can't do is be men. Like, if these were men doing this, going for a 4-peat, HBCU damn near knocking off LSU and a legendary coach. So Shawty, I forget her name now, but the blonde chick over there that's head coach at LSU. Okay.
Kim
Okay, Kim Mulkey. If Gino Auriemma is like Coach K, Kim Mulkey got to be like Bill Self, I guess, at Kansas. Okay. So imagine if Jackson State men damn near knocked off Kansas. You feel me? And was going for a 4-peat in the sweat. Folks would be like, oh shit.
Yep.
But since it's women, folks ain't, making it a bigger deal. But man, them girls be hoping, cuz. Like, if you a motherfucker out here that you think you a man and you just gonna whoop them girls, go play again. We got 2 6'5", we got 6'5" and a 6'6". Angel gonna drop step on you or throw a little jump hook, and Daphne, you just can't teach that. She just
I watched the highlight of Daphne White, man. I promise you.
She too big, man.
She had like the Shaq move, y'all. Soon as she got the ball in the post, dry step, 2 dribbles, dry step.
That's it. They doing anything. Hey, look, a lot of folks try to overcomplicate this, man. She ain't finna do too much. Get that thing, go up. Bucket.
Oh my goodness. I was like, oh man, look, it's just like me watching just regular men's basketball. Now look into these men because man, Mo Williams, bro, I'm like you. I seen the picture. You had your blood pressure medication and your blood pressure machine.
And I keep trying to. I know somebody probably out there think I got high blood pressure. I do not. It does run in my family, but I've never been diagnosed with it. It be these Jackson State Tigers be running my pressure up, man. Like, bro, like, can I just get a calm game where we beat somebody by 10? You feel me? I get to chill. No, they don't want to do that to me. Mo gonna have to pay my medical bill. If Mo Williams, I'm telling you right now, if first letter had to go to the hospital, I need some of that NBA money to cover my medical expenses. I'm telling you right now on Doc Holliday's show.
Straight up. I watched. So I did a show, and we was watching Texas Southern and Jackson State when they was down in Houston. I was like, oh man, we got a 15-point lead. I'm like, yeah, we got a 15-point lead. Next thing you know, it's coming down, it's going down.
We can't play no defense, man. Not right now. We can't.
I'm looking at them like, hey, y'all niggas don't need to press. Y'all don't need to trap. Y'all don't need to do nothing. Get down the court. Get in your half court defense set. 2-3 zone. Do something because ain't nowhere in the world y'all gonna try to press these dudes right here, trap these dudes right here. You don't have length on your back end. Your guards is getting killed by these dudes right here. I was like, hey, just run this 2-3 zone. Hope that these dudes, shoot and miss the ball, get the rebound, and go down. Don't push it up the court either. Don't go fast or nothing like that. Slow that shit down. Get into a half court set. Run the clock down. You have a 15-point lead. Your job is to not lose that 15-point lead and to stop them. On time, I'm like, okay, first of all, we shouldn't even win it to overtime. And then second one was like, who the hell did not box this dude out right here? I'm like, Mo, you're an NBA, former NBA player.
Right.
Former champion.
He is a champ.
There go my mama on the my mom right there.
Oh, shout out to mama.
And I'm like, dude, do something. You come on now, do something. You gotta do something. But I feel like he gonna do something better. I know they playing a FAMU this weekend. So they down there on their Florida tour. So they got FAMU Saturday and Bethune on Monday.
Don't think we're gonna be able to chill though. These boys just don't like to chill. They don't like it like that. It's like they need a thrill or something. They, you know what I'm saying? I guess maybe life boring for them or something right now. They need to be excited.
You want to be excited? Damn it. Win 3 straight. Win 3 straight. Win me 3 straight. Do 2 straight in Florida. Come back to Mississippi. Win me three straight.
Right.
If you come on, y'all. I'm like, dude, this makes no sense.
But to your point, that you made a great point about what we lack on the back end at rim protection. So losing Javius McKinnis, not being able to retain him, that was a big. I mean, this was a SWAC defensive player of the year numerous times. Like he liked that. You feel me? But I wish we were gonna retain him because even on the other end, on the offensive end, with our little point guard, that little Joe got that thing on a string. So if you run some screen roll action with him, J Mac, he would have been able to just throw that thing up, and J Mac will monkey dunk that thing. You feel me?
Yeah.
But to King said point, yeah, he got to recruit, and that's the lifeblood, man. That's the lifeblood of it. You got to recruit, got to get your guys in. That's why I be telling my wife. My wife watch stuff. She don't understand how the recruiting game goes. She want instant gratification. She love the women's team so much. And then we see the men team like, baby, this first year for him, he got to get his guys in. And the guys we got play hard. I do want to shout out those young men. Y'all run my blood pressure up. But I can't say that y'all out here what my coach used to call loafing. Like, I can't say you ain't running your lanes. I can't say you ain't trying to sprint back on defense. But like you said, like on that back end, we so undersized, man. Like, Mansell can bounce. He got some bounce, but he's still undersized. Mr. Cook, man, my favorite player this year. He gonna play tough. He's 6'6". You feel me? Like, folks don't understand how this height works. LeBron James 6'9", y'all, and play point guard. Like, we got our big is 6'6". Like, LeBron would come and see Jack State team and be like, oh, this gonna be a post-up night all night. Like, it's level. So we got to get some rim protection. We got one shooter right now, Colty, but he's been inconsistent. Now he lit up things. I guess he heard me because I was like, Coach Mo, you might need to rein some of this in, bro. Because he going like 3 for 13 for Trey ball. Like I wish I had that green. Like, goddamn, like my coach would have came out there and choked me out if we miss. You can go 1 for 2. And he gonna choke you out if you miss that one. Like, my coach was a tyrant, but I love him to death. Shout out Coach Bourne. But Colty got a green light, but he been inconsistent. And I say, I guess he was like, man, forget what you saying, cuz. And he went out there and showed out. But we need like another shooter. Because you can kind of shade to his side. If you got one shooter, you can kind of, game plan for that. But if you got multiple guys, like the Warriors, okay, you game planning for Steph. But this guy over here, Clay, is finna burn you. And of course, when they had KD, you got 3 guys that can burn you. So recruiting gonna be it. Get some more shooting, get some rim protection, and we're gonna be all right.
And shout out to my guy Reggie. What's going on? What's good with you, bro? Thanks for the donation.
Real talk.
Man. Mr. Campbell, he from Jackson. You know what I'm saying? But he went to FAM. But he'll tell you, like, Mo need just to recruit Jackson.
Gotta recruit Jackson now. Yeah, you gotta recruit. You gotta win Jackson. Because the other schools gonna come into Jackson. They trying to get Jackson.
Man, so then we got the football team, y'all. We got the football team.
Still number 1 in recruiting, baby.
Still number 1 in recruiting. They thought Rob J said, well, the Wizard went up to to Colorado. My guy, my old Mr. Ford, he'll say, look, he went up. Prime went up to Siberia, America. And we did drop off on recruiting, y'all. So shout out to Coach TC Taylor and Coach O for going into these kids' houses and letting these kids know you matter, you care, we care about you, you matter. It ain't all about if you're gonna get playing time. Your whole thing is to come to school here. If we play you, we gonna play you, but you are to come out here and get an education and, you know what I'm saying, graduate. Miss Coleman, thank you for coming a YouTube a member now. Thank you.
That's what's up.
So we have the formula. That I do get this. I will get this. I'm gonna tell you this. Deion did leave us a formula as far as recruiting goes, but TC is taking that shit to a whole nother level with recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the best thing about this was that he had to recruit Mississippi. Dion was not good at recruiting Mississippi. He was not. He was not. It was for him. It was. This is what I said with Dion when he was head coach. He had to go into the transfer portal
Mm-hmm.
to get these kids that played at other Power Five schools, that play at other FCS schools, turn them, mold them into some monsters on the field, to where he get that bag to go to said Power Five school.
Right.
So that's what the reason why it was so difficult for Dion to it wasn't difficult for Dion to recruit Mississippi. He just did it to where, like, look, I gotta impress people. Like, look, if I could take these transfer kids and some of these high school kids and the kids that was already on the team and turn them into back to back swag champs, and I get that bag to go to Colorado. That's what he had. That's what he had to do. That's how he had to play the part. That's my whole thing.
And he could get there quicker with transfer portal guys, because now they've already been in the collegiate weight room. They've already been on collegiate nutrition. You know what I'm talking about? They already been in collegiate structure. So now you got to bring them in and coach them up. Somebody coming out of high school, you know what I'm saying? They a little more rough around the edges. You got to really build them up a little more. You ain't gonna be able to get out of Jackson quick as you want to get out of Jackson with that.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? So it made sense, but like you saying, you're absolutely right. For TC and Coach O to really be hitting the streets here. It's so much talent, Mississippi. Bro, think about Mississippi. And I know Texas. Now, Texas.
Oh, we know
what that is in football. Like, I watch Friday Night Tykes, bro. I'm like, they doing it like that in Texas. I said, what? I said, this is a little league, bro. Me and my wife watched it. And she don't even like football like that. Bro, we glued to it. We say, these folks serious about some football out there. But we ain't quite there, but we almost. Like, it's y'all, Florida, and us. It's like, we there. We got talent here, bro. Jerry Wright from here, bro. Walter Payton from here, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Like, we got them boys. Fletcher Cox in the Super Bowl right now. The running back for Philadelphia, Gainwell, who I saw that young man in person when I was coaching at Velma Jackson. You know, I was a mentor, so I didn't coach football, but a lot of my boys in my program play football. I'm gonna go to the game. That Kenny Gainwell, I saw him live. That chuck was like that back then. And then I was a track coach. This man was on his way to play D1 football, but still ran track. That said something to me. You ain't got to be out here, but he chose to be out here. You know what I'm talking about? Right. And that kind of stuff, we got that in Mississippi. So for TC and them to say, man, it's diamonds in the rough. And a lot of these other programs just getting the transfer portal too. So it's a lot of high school kids that ain't getting heavily recruited like they used to, because everybody want to just work the transfer portal. So that's genius for them to be doing that.
Yeah, so man, and I'll get this too. Even though Brian did go to Florida and Texas, and you know he went damn near all the way to you know, he went to Tennessee, he went up north, he went West Coast. So we didn't really we never got too many kids. We never got really kids like that from the West Coast. We never got kids from the West Coast. But I said this with TC. TC still went into Texas and still got some players out of Texas. Went to Louisiana. He went to Tennessee, Arkansas. He is used, and then the best thing about TC is he's using his connections from when he was at North Carolina Central about his coaching tree.
Right.
That's what people don't understand. You look at the team that he got. Look at the team that he signed. People said that, well, they didn't address the offensive line situation. I think you'll address it, but once that transfer portal opened up again in May, He's going to address it. Then you got kids coming in for the summer, and then you got your walk-ons, and then you got a complete team. The only difference now is we're all set as far as what defense is going to look like, how skill position player is going to be, who the skill position player is going to be, but it's the quarterback. Because why? The one quarterback that we had went to Colorado with his pappy. Shout out to Ron J. Went to Colorado
the OG,
with
the legend.
the legend. Now you have a QB battle. You're gonna have a QB battle, and from what I'm looking at, it's gonna be a nice competition, right?
And that's
there.
good. You know, that's good. You're gonna have to step that game up. They're gonna have to study the playbook, study film, sharpen their skills. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be nice just to see who comes out on top. And from what I'm hearing, uh, Jason Brown, I want to say he's head above everybody else, but shit, you got Philip Short right behind his heels, and then Zion McDonald is coming along the way.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then don't forget we still got Sunshine Grayson Thompson. He didn't follow, you know what I'm saying? He came to Jackson because he wants to be in Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Something different. He was at North Texas. Well, I don't want to be in North Texas. You got like 35,000 people in North Texas. I don't want to be there. Dude, he just went. I mean, of course, he went to go play for Prime, but then too, he's like, look, I might get a chance to play. I might get a chance to go out there and start. So, um, it's a good thing that we do have this quarterback competition because we didn't have that for 2 years.
we didn't really. I know it was the right thing to say. Like I said, Prime the master politician, it was the right thing to say. He got to earn it. But from the moment he was asked that question in that press conference, and he bust out laughing, now he covered himself and say these folks was showing me a sign, and that's what I was laughing at.
Mm-hmm.
Now after all this shit that went down, and we see, I guess what his ex-wife would say, the truth come to light, or something she said out in the tweet where she was seemed like she was getting out.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I remember that.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if he was actually laughing at that question. Like, I know damn well I'm gonna start my son. This is my son. He got out there to Colorado on the press conference, and then he said, "Stand up, son. That's your quarterback right there." Then he had to amend it real quick. Oh, he got to earn it. He got to earn it. You know, goddamn well that's your quarterback. You know that's your quarterback, and that boy can spin it.
Oh, don't get me wrong. He can spin it. I said
spin it.
Plenty of times here in Texas.
Oh, he spin it. That's a bad boy. And I ain't, I know that came, as I said previously on one of my joints. I can understand that any of the kids feel some type of way about somebody like me. Cause cause my kids would feel some type. Well, I don't know. My daughter look crazy. She like when folks try to get out on me. But I don't know. I'm gonna stop giving her money. But I can understand if the kids were hot with some of the criticism they probably get. I can understand that. But I ain't mad at them kids whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see that young king go to the league and be one of them precision passers. Because they still act like we can't do that. Even with this Super Bowl. Yeah, you got two black quarterbacks, but they still try to dress. They still try to dress Patrick Mahomes up like he can't throw from the pocket. Keep him in the pocket. That motherfucker will throw it over your head 60 yards from the pocket. What y'all talking about? They act like Jalen Hurts can't throw from the pocket. Then I saw something say he highly rated in the pocket as well. So it's like it's still this stuff that black folks can't think it.
Yep.
They got the physical traits, but they can't think. So I would love to see Shador go in and be masterful in the league. Check stuff off at the line like a Peyton Manning. You've been groomed to do this. You can get Tom Brady on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see it.
And then I remember we just had PJ had. I thought we had him in a when he committed at first, but it's like, man, I and I know how the state of Texas is, bro. I'm like, somebody from the state of Texas gonna look at this boy. He from Houston, West Side, Westfield High School, Spring, Texas. So he could spin the ball. I seen him when they played. He had played Duncanville, and Duncanville beat him by like at least 10 points. But he down there threw the ball for about 300 yards and had another 80, 90 yards on the ground by himself.
Okay.
So I was like, oh yeah, man, he one of the ones. I told everybody like, no, he one of the ones. Like if they would have beat Duncanville, which would have been the biggest upset of the century, I think they would have won state. But when he committed to Jackson State, I was like, oh shoot, oh yeah, we got a winner right here. But then I was like, you know what? It's Texas. Some school from the state of Texas gonna look at him. And luckily, Texas State looked at him, offered him, he committed to him, signed with him. And guess what? We get to see his ass September the 6th. Was that September the 16th? Yeah. September the 16th in San Marcos. So I want everybody to come down to San Marcos. We got to turn that thing blue. We got to turn it blue. You know what I'm saying? Afterwards, we go up to Austin and party on 6th Street. But I was like, man, he one of the ones. And then I was like, man, that's all right. We're going to find another one. And the TC going to find something. And I asked Zoe from 1400 Club.
Shout out.
So shout out to Zoe. I asked him, I said, what do you think TC going to be? How he think he's building the team? He told me, he's like, look, straight up, Doc, he built the team like it was W.C. Gordon.
Oh.
He's trying to build a team like W.C. Gordon.
That's a big statement there now.
I was like, ooh. And you know, when I got to Jackson, like I said, I watched the team. They was under Big Daddy Carson. so your daddy had he had the same type of attitude just like W.C. Gordon had. But I was like, man, but you talking about W.C. Gordon though? That's the true GOAT.
You know what? That's so real, man. And I feel like our support gonna be like on that level. Like, because everybody been coming for us. So we gonna feel like we got to band together and really go out here and support what TC is doing. Cause all these folks' eyes on us to see, are we gonna fall off in the post-prime era?
Mm-hmm.
No, are we gonna lose support? Which we know we've been supporting before the man came here. But
yeah,
I remember when it was an argument going online, and I got pulled in it because, of course, I got tied to Jack State and Southern Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Between Southern Miss fans and Jack State fans. And one of these fools gonna say we going back to irrelevance and having an empty stadium when Deion leaves. We're like, what the fuck? You must don't know nothing about Jack State University. You know, like during losing seasons, the thing packed.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is gonna be on steroids under TC because first, he a legend as a player. You know he want the job. You can see it on his face. You know he's really done paid his dues.
When he did that TV interview the first time, I like, bro. I tell people TC came in. He came in on the same class, 1997.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying. I seen TC. You know what I'm saying. Be who he was for almost 4 years, and I'm just saying like this. The man wants the job. He gonna do what he wants the job. He gonna do what it takes for it to be where we, to stay where we at. But the main thing, what he wants is he wants that celebration bowl that we've been missing for the last 2 years.
And he can do it. He can do it, man. He can do it. The South Carolina State and North Carolina Central showed us we ain't got to be on College Game Day to win it. We ain't got to be on Good Morning America to win that game. Okay? All we got to do is bring in the guys who want it, eat them weights right now, eat those sprints right now, get your diet right, you know what I'm talking about, put a helmet on that soldier, you know what I'm talking about? So you won't be. I'm talking about in these streets with these females, you know what I'm talking about? Make smart, you know, I'm basically saying make smart sexual decisions because you got to tell the young boy that, you know what I'm talking about? Keep your head down because you win the championship right now.
Yep.
Stay focused right now. Come into the season with good habits. We're gonna make the adjustments, coach them up. Because we went into both of those games distracted, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The first game, okay, leading into it, we just signed Travis.
Yep.
Now it's the head coach job to make sure that we not focused on all the hoopla with that shit.
Right.
And we focused on here. But the head coach was caught up in the hoopla about that too.
Bringing in people. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love it when he brought in the celebrities to come in and talk to the team and stuff like that. It's cool with me. But what I'm saying is, you also got to make sure that your boys are going to be focused and ready.
Got to be, dog. Got to. And I've been there as a coach. I've been there. When you lose a game, you're not supposed to lose because you ain't focused. You know what I'm saying? When I coached basketball at Velma Jackson High School in Camden, Mississippi, we were the number 2 team in the state of Mississippi going against Callaway, led by Malik Newman. Some of y'all real ones out here, y'all know about Malik in the city. You know what I'm talking about? Malik Newman is a legend.
I seen highlights of him.
Okay. Malik Newman was so good in high school that some of us young folk, now I'm about to be blasphemous to some of the OGs gonna say you lost your damn mind. Okay, I'm sorry, OGs. But some of us who didn't see Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf play, we were comparing Malik to that. Because as a freshman, I mean, he was the number 1 guard in the country.
Yeah.
He was the number 1 ranked guard in all of America. You know what I'm talking about? So we were facing off against that team in Jackson. We beat them to become the number 1 team in the state. We had a home and home with them, though. They came to our place. So our little old bit of school wasn't like Callaway. Callaway used to all this hoopla. We wasn't used to that. The gym packed, folks beating on our locker room door. The head coach made $200 that night at the back door. Okay, like this was just different. And what we do, we came out and stunk up the first half, and we ended up losing the game by like 2 points. We stormed back in the second half, but if we ain't had that shitty first half, we win that game. We finished the season as the number 1 ranked team. Our head went in, we got caught up in the hoopla. And that's what happened to us both times in the Celebration Bowl. First time after the Travis stuff. The second time, of course, with the coach announcing he going to Boulder.
Well, he should have seen that was on that one right there. He should have been like, look, don't worry about what's going on with me. Don't worry about what's going on with me. You just need to worry about, let's go out here, win this game, bring home the national championship, celebrate, you know what I'm saying, celebrating Jackson, but then afterwards, he gonna leave. He gonna leave. So that's the thing right there. He had control of that one right there. He had control.
Yeah.
You controlled that. That was the narrative that you could have controlled right there. And so here's the thing I didn't like, y'all. When I've heard reports that Colorado was courting this man all the way from towards the end of September in early October, they did not fire Carl Durrell until October the 15th. So they done already made their mind up what they were gonna do. And they made their mind up what they were gonna do. And it was the worst kept secret because, in a sense, you start getting these reports. Okay, Auburn, you know what I'm saying? Auburn was coming up. The job at Auburn was coming up. I'm like, bro, he not going to Auburn. He's not going to Auburn. He's not going to Alabama. He's not going down there. Them white folks will have a field day with him.
They didn't want one of their own. They had Cadillac Williams. Yep. Cadillac Williams was about to cry on TV. And they didn't want him.
And then Nebraska came, the job came up. Scott Frost, he stunk up the joint in Nebraska. I was like, nah, he ain't going to Nebraska. Like somebody had argued me down tooth and nail. He gonna go to Nebraska. It's like, nah, he not going to Nebraska.
Man, they don't want no black head coach on Nebraska, man. They just don't.
Ernie Gill was the only one that was there, and see how they ran his ass off. So I'm like, no, he's not going there. You just gotta look at the school. You gotta look at the history of the school, and that's how you'll figure out if he was going somewhere or not, going to that place or not. Then with the Colorado issue, I was like, okay, Calderell gets fired October the 15th. Homecoming is October the 22nd. Was October the 22nd. So when you trying to put two and two together, like I'm around the bus to go to work all the time. So I watch and listen to the coaches conference call every Monday. Mm-hmm. And so when he's talking about, well, yeah, I'm in Denver doing something, I was like, you know what? That don't make no sense. You start putting two and two together. Then Southern come to town. We got College Game Day coming to town. Still the worst kept secret. I knew, and Pat McAfee knew that he was gonna leave out. He knew he was gonna leave out, but he was like, Pat's like, man, look, just be generous, just be honest and generous with these people, with the kids. Just tell them, bro, you got another job, and you just finish out your tenure here. You know what I'm saying? That's it. All right. But then you get all the way to the damn SWAC championship game. You start sitting like the day before, you start seeing the buzz swirling. I went on the show late. I will never go on the show late at night at 11 o'clock at night. Shoot, my ass already asleep. CPAP machine on my nose and everything, going to sleep. So I'm thinking, I'm like, man. Then I started seeing, but Pete Thamel put that report out. I was like, yep, he gone. So I get on the thing. I was on there for about an hour and a half. I was like, yep. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Everybody came on here. They voiced their displeasure and everything. But the game, I'm like, the kids still focus on the game.
And we showed out the SWAC championship.
Showed out the SWAC championship.
That gave me hope.
A bigger blowout than what it was until Dooley did the right thing and put Bubba McDaniel in the game, and you see what he did to us in the second half. So
yeah.
But thing is, this Celebration Bowl, we didn't get caught with our eyes closed or anything like that. We played a hell of a game. They just out-coached us and outplayed us better.
Look, shout out. And I'm glad you said that. I don't want to take nothing from them. You feel me? Because they were what you supposed to be. They were locked in. Clearly they were locked in. Because if you were able to do that against the number one defense, I know we were missing some guys. But still, with you the number one defense in all of the country, in all of FCS, and you were able to do what you did against us like that, man, that's a credit to their coaching staff and credit to their guys. You feel me? But I still think if we're locked in, given the level of talent that we have, that we win that game. So I want this Celebration Bowl, dog. Like, it made me be out alive. Bro, if I say book it, it's supposed to be booked. You feel me? So now, damn, you fucked up my streak.
Then we would have been 13-0. Would have had an undefeated season, the first in school history.
We would have been talking hella shit these street, boy. Like for real.
I was proud, dog. Guess what, though? HBCU national champ. What's up?
What y'all want to do? But
what y'all want to do?
It'll be even sweeter, though, if we can get it now, for real. It'll be even sweeter if we can get it now.
Man, but yeah, man, it was that the season was unforgettable last season. Now we got to build up and we got to make sure that TC is correct, is good at what he do. Just like you said, you got to guard the yard. What he's saying, guard the yard. and just play for TC. You know, you got kids that want to play football and they think they could play for TC. Man, send them on down to Jackson.
And we retained a lot of good guys. Like some folks forget, like everybody, they think everybody went to Boulder. Everybody ain't go to Boulder, Jack. You know, we retained some good. And you know, I got to shout out to King, Mr. Wilkinson, Savion Wilkinson. You know what I'm talking about? I tell everybody, give Mr. Wilkinson the damn ball. I don't like all that goddamn air rage. Like, I'm a Green Bay Packer fan. I done had Hall of Fame quarterback play for damn near 40 years.
Pretty much.
And I got 2 championships to show for it. Because I'd rather have an elite running game and an elite defense. I'd rather have that. You feel me? And
oh yeah, someone told me, they said, let's talk about these NBA trades. Man.
That league something else. Man, my brother said earlier, David Stern rolling around his grave, Jack. David Stern rolling around that grave.
He like, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Oh, wow.
I'm talking about this. So now, you know, Sunday like this, it's funny because I get into work Sunday and I'm like, no, it was Saturday. So I'm like, yeah, we just chilling. You know, I work at Liz and everything. So I go try to get a hat stitched up for myself. Okay. Get back there to my other store, to my shop. I work at Liz, but Liz locker room downstairs in the same mall. Somebody done told me, yep, Mavericks done traded for Kyrie Irving. You gotta be shitting me.
You didn't believe it, did
you lying. You lying. I get up, I took the phone and I was like, ain't this about to be? Ain't this about to be? I was like, oh snap, the city about to turn up now. Then you wait 2 days later. All right, Russ gone. You know what I'm saying? D-Lo coming back to the Lakers. Mm-hmm. Then I'm on Ken Clark's show. Shout out to Ken Clark. Like I said.
Shout out.
Somebody done put in the chat, KD going to the Suns. I was like, nah, you lying. Right. You really lying. I'm like this, bro. I'm like this on my phone. I was like, oh shit. It's about to go down in the West.
It got real, man. It got real. How is the city, man, responding to the Kyrie joint?
Man,
I'm enthusiastic about it or what?
Yeah, Dallas, we all enthusiastic about it. Shoot, you know what I'm saying? To me, we needed another star to play next to Luka in the first place, because Luka, when he was playing, when he did play, he pretty much led us to the Western Conference Finals, which we weren't even supposed to be in that situation in the first place.
He did that.
He did it. And don't get me wrong, you got, you know, Spencer Dinwiddie coming in, and you know what I'm saying, you traded Porzingis for Dinwiddie, which shit, Porzingis just robbed us. Robbed Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban like, I ain't doing that shit no more.
I say boys like that, Porzingis, AD, Kawhi Leonard, they didn't have no titty milk. None of these boys had no breast milk, man. They got to get some. Look, breastfeed your children. If you want them to be hoopers, because these boys ain't durable like that no more. Get them off of that powder, that Similac, whatever they take, get them off of that.
So my mama, there go my mama. She said, yeah, we good in the city.
Oh, she okay, mama, OG.
I'm from South Dallas, from the hood. But
OG, okay.
So, but I mean, like in the city though, man, it's like, look, when Luka come back, he's supposed to come back Friday.
Okay.
So he's supposed to come back Friday against the Clippers. It's like, oh yeah, they about to try to run it up.
Do y'all think y'all finna retain them, or do y'all think it's finna be like a Kawhi Toronto rental? We might be able to get a ship out of it. We don't care. We good.
Now we get a chip out of it. Mark Cuban is the type of owner, like he gonna try to.
Oh yeah,
he gonna try to court. Like he gonna be like downtown Dallas, or we go to Highland Park where Steven and Jerry Jones stay at, or something like that.
Don't get them involved in anything.
The mall right here, like got the Gucci and Louis Vuitton stores up in here. And then he gonna take him over to Cowboy Stadium and see, to AT&T Stadium
Put
and
on
to the
the big screen and everything.
they gonna do something. Like we got to do something.
Yeah.
Shoot, but the thing about Mark Cuban is he learned his lesson after he broke up the championship team in 2011. Like he literally learned his lesson, and when he broke it up, he's like that was the worst decision that he ever made. He was trying to court Dwight Howard at the time, and Dwight went and about face and went to the Lakers. So he was like, "Nah, I should have kept Tyson Chandler. You let Jason Kidd go for nothing. Um, the role players that we did have, they didn't stay. Uh, Stojakovic was just there for the ride, so he retired afterwards and stuff like that. But the main thing was keeping that defensive, the defensive presence that we had, which was Tyson Chandler, because he the one that made Dirk play defense.
Underrated. His value to that team is underrated. You're right.
So if it wasn't for that, Dirk won't be having no damn statue outside of American Airlines Center on the one-legged fadeaway. You know what I'm saying? But it's totally different now. But he's gonna court him. Like he's gonna do everything in his power to make sure that his ass stay in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Like it's Dallas is we so it's not eclectic because that I give that to Austin. Austin is essentially eclectic all at the same time. Dallas we just like we just hard working people, man. We just do what we do, got our little music and stuff like that, but we just hard working people. Shoot, everybody want to move out here to Dallas. You got to, bro. Arlington, Texas is like little Mississippi right now.
There's a lot of folk from out my way want to come where y'all are, for real.
And the best thing I tell this, I told even my oldest daughter, mother, they moved out here from Greenville. I was like, the best thing about it is ain't no state tax out here. So
I got two cousins that moved out that way. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Daniel and Michael. They moved out that way. But I wonder, how will Kyrie respond if Abbott, what you call him again? I gotta use that.
Oh, Governor Hot Wheels?
Yeah. If Governor Hot Wheels do something, that boy Kyrie don't say so. And I like that about Kyrie.
You gonna say something? Cause Mark Cuban is not the type of owner that's gonna tell you to just shut up and dribble. Because he feel like if he feel like that something is wrong, that something needs to be said, say it. Say it. Like, man, Cuban bought the team in 2000 from Don Carter. God rest Don Carter's soul. You know what I'm saying? Don Carter couldn't do a damn thing about this team in the 90s. We fell off.
Y'all weren't thought of like that.
Yeah. We weren't thought of like that until we got Jason Kidd and Jim Jackson and Jamal Mashburn. Then we kind of went back up, and then we fell off again.
Yeah.
And when he was smart enough with he hired Don Nelson, and of course Donnie Nelson, the son, is the general manager. Like, okay, we're gonna get this kid from Germany. I'm trying to figure out who the hell this kid is. Dude. Then you get Dirk. It took him probably at least a year to get to where he is, and then he just took off just like that. And then of course you have to get Steve Nash too to run the show.
Oh, y'all really didn't went. I was about to say y'all done went back to back on the Cold White Boys. But really, y'all went back to back to back. Y'all had Steve Nash.
Yeah, Steve Nash for a minute. We also picked up Michael Finley at the time. This was in '96. So 98. Yeah, 98. You got Steve Nash, Dirk. Later on, you add Jason Terry. Dan Pierre came on the team, which I think he robbed us some money. But when he did look like an actual dominant center, he played up to his contract.
Did y'all have Matrix on that championship team?
Yeah, we had Matrix. We had the Matrix, Sean Marion. Man, shout out to Sean Marion. Deshaun Stevenson. We had that championship team. We had a squad.
Y'all had some tough guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the Heat were Hollywood. They call them the Heatles and stuff like that. But y'all
Oh
had
yeah.
some guys like Deshaun Stevenson wasn't going. Matrix wasn't going. We know Tyson Chandler. He wasn't going. Jet
Yeah.
mentally tough guy who want to win. You know what I'm saying? No, you had some guys that Lil Barrera.
Yep.
That little joker was fast and played hard. Like y'all had a team, and the Heat still had some things to figure out, man, in terms of the pecking order. Braun had some stuff to figure out, like mentally, in terms of just go be him. Because ain't no way in the hell you supposed to average those 17.8 points or something in that game. I don't give a damn if they went to a zone. Fuck that. You LeBron James, you are 200. I be joking with my partner.
You supposed to go downhill, bro.
Man, just get on downhill, man, and score this ball and get on downhill. What we talking about?
Man, but the way Dirk had the team at the time when we went to the finals the first time, played Miami the first time in 2006.
Yeah.
They vowed like, look, we not about to be like that. They didn't want to go back through that same situation.
How was the city after that, bro? Cause I know a lot of folks say that's one of them series that refs fix. You know what I'm saying? Like with D-Wade getting all them free throws.
Yeah, you can say it was fixed, but man, D-Wade he did what he's supposed to do.
He gonna attack the basket. I tell people all the time, you attack the basket a lot, you supposed to get a lot of free throws.
He did what he's supposed to do, and then I don't think nobody learned from it after that, because the next season we had the best record in the NBA, and we lost in the first damn round to the We Believe Golden State Warriors.
I remember that distinctly.
We lost in the first round, and that got Avery Johnson fired for losing in the first round. You took a team to the finals the year before. You lost it 4-2. Then you take the team again to the best record in the NBA that year. Dirk was an MVP, and we laid a freaking egg. And you got fired for that. And then it just took us a minute. And then, like I said, 2010, 2011 came around. I knew it was real. Bro, when we blew the Lakers out.
I said you ain't had to do that because my mental health just got fucked up when you said that. Okay, you did not to bring that up. Okay, but it's real. It happened. It's on record.
Man, but after that, but then we went to the West Conference Finals, play OKC with that triplets right there, Durant, Harden, and Westbrook. It was over. Like KD did what he's supposed to do. A walking bucket. But the rest of them couldn't do anything else. They couldn't do anything else. And Tyson Chandler had the middle had the paint just on lock. So it's like after that, I was like, yep, we gonna win it. We about to win the chip. We about to win the championship. And when we won the championship, it was hot as hell. I remember I was at the damn parade, bro. I was like 200, probably about over 200,000 people on the parade route.
Okay.
I'm talking about 105 degrees. I got on this big ass Tyson Chandler jersey, still hanging up in the closet now, still in pristine condition.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't think we might see it. We might not see this for a long time.
Oh, you called it. You knew it.
I knew it. Then I'm gonna say it just like this. We go to the football. I'm a Cowboys fan.
Okay.
All right.
God bless you.
Yeah, man. They now them Negroes run my blood pressure up. Y'all.
Yeah, that's why I said
they the one who run my blood pressure up. It ain't the Mavericks. It ain't the Braves. It ain't the Astros. It ain't the Stars. It's them damn Cowboys that run up my blood pressure.
Understandable.
My wife don't even want to damn watch the damn game half the time. She be like, don't tell me about the damn game. I don't want no shit about the game. But she a Cowboys fan.
Okay.
You're a Cowboys fan. I tell people that the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl, I was a sophomore in high school.
Okay.
I think that. the first time we won the Super Bowl, I was in the 8th grade, and I promise you, we had a parade out there, bro. It was like anarchy on Commerce Street. There was no barricades on the side. Everybody jumping, everybody trying to get on the cars. Michael Irvin got his chain snatched off of him.
What?
Emmett getting pulled off of him. This 1993, man.
Yeah.
This 93. I'm talking about Troy Aikman looking like, man, please, you better not touch me, man. I was like, man, but I said, you know what? This past season, I was like, ooh, I promise you, the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl and win that thing. That Mavericks parade that I went to in 2011 in July is gonna be 100 times more crazier than that. Because I tell people, we win the Super Bowl, don't call me in the work. My ass gonna be downtown. I'm gonna be downtown Dallas in the middle of Commerce and Griffith celebrating.
You already put in for that time out, man.
Put in for that time out. Then they go in. First playoff game, play against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. I'm actually doing the show.
Okay.
And I'm like, this missed 4 extra points. What the? I was like, bro. I was like, Jerry Jones about to have a damn aneurysm up in the damn owner's booth. I was like, man, he about to lose his job on Tuesday. Not even Tuesday. Monday night they get back to Dallas. I said Monday night they get back into Dallas. He about to lose his job. Nope. I'm like, he's still the kicker. Okay, San Fran. They didn't run my blood pressure up, but I'm like this. When Tony Pollard went out of the game with the injury, I knew it was over with. And then 2, I was more upset at Mike McCarthy for not taking over the play calling from Kellen Moore. Because I feel like if McCarthy would have took over the play calling from Moore, it would have been a better chance for the Cowboys to advance to the NFC Championship game. What we do after that, it's a whole different. It's up in the air because we don't know how Tony was gonna be. I'm like, no, take the play calling. Didn't do it. We lose the damn game by a touchdown. And I'm like, man, this make no sense. Kellen Moore gets let go, but guess what? He gets another opportunity to go to the damn Chargers to fuck up they damn.
Just like that.
He got a once in a generational type quarterback in Justin Herbert to groom and F up over.
Right.
He couldn't do that with Dak. Dak is not the type of person. I'll just tell people Dak was not the type of quarterback to elevate anybody. He's just there to manage the game. Look at the way the Cowboys team is built. It's basically run the ball, play defense, play action pass, and Dak don't fuck the game up or don't throw the ball 35, 40 times a game. That was it.
Folks have won a lot of Super Bowls that way too now.
That is true.
Folks won a lot of Super Bowls that way, but when you're trying to make it seem like he one of these ones, one of them elite guys, you get to tossing the ball around. You know what I'm talking about? That when trouble starts. Some folks want to be sexy. These play callers want to be sexy. Everybody want to be the genius, like Sean McVay or something like that. Man, fuck all that. Run, like you said, run the ball. But Pollard did get hurt. Zeke got hurt. Zeke got a lot of carries on his body. Folks don't be thinking about these running backs. You just think about the carries they got in the NFL.
Zeke came in with a whole bunch of carries on his body from Ohio State.
You gotta go Ohio. You gotta go back to high school. Like these boys toting that rock, and these hits. Yeah, it's high school. Those still hits. Those still big motherfucker landing on you. So it's only so many you got in that body. You know what I'm saying? But Tony Pollard was explosive. My brother, shout out to him, he's still on here. He called it before the season. He said Tony Pollard was going to be a great pickup in fantasy for somebody this year because he was going to be explosive.
And so, man, I'm just like this. The dynamics of the team now is, from what I'm hearing, Zeke is going to be restructuring his contract so that way there is money to where they can give to Tony, because Tony's up on off his rookie deal now.
Okay.
From another thing I'm hearing is Dak might get his contract restructured so they can add more pieces to the offense, especially trying to find another left tackle, just in case Tyron Smith wants to break down before the season damn starts.
Right.
You just got to look at it. The history goes this in from 2014 all the way to now.
Okay.
The team was never built around that. The team was always supposed to be built around Tony Romo to make sure Tony Romo stays upright and not on his damn back all the time because he was taking too many hits. That's the reason why they drafted Zeke. That's the reason why they drafted Zeke. Zeke was gonna come in. You take all that pressure off of him. He's supposed to get probably let's say Zeke came in and get about 1,100 yards, right?
With that line,
that line you could do that easily. He did that easily in his sleep. The man had almost 1,700 yards his rookie year.
Well, who was the guy? Y'all had a guy lead the league in rushing before him behind that line.
They had DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray was the same way. Team wise, the way this team, the Cowboys team had always been built was to run the ball. Even when I tell this, when Jimmy Johnson was the head coach of the Cowboys,
run first,
pass second, play defense. That was his whole motto. And I tell you about that, bro. The city was mad when Jerry Jones ran him off out of Dallas.
Okay. That leads me to a question for you, because you in the streets. Okay, this is something. My brother, Ray Caesar, he is a diehard Cowboy fan. My godson, one of my godchildren, his son name is Landry. So Tom after Tom Landry. It's deep. I got a challenger that's all black. My brother got a challenger that's y'all color. Okay, the team color. It's deep. We've had this discussion. We try to speculate if y'all can win the bowl while Jerry Jones is still alive. Does he have to kick the bucket for y'all to finally get the owner out of the way and let the football people go ahead and do what's necessary for y'all to go ahead and get over that hump?
Well, if Jerry don't kick the bucket, Stephen gonna tell his son. Stephen gonna tell him you need to do something because you can't do all these job titles, bro. He's about to be 81 years old.
So Stephen might have to do to him what Jeannie Buss did to her brother out there with my squad, my Lakers. She had to get rid of little brother who was, oh my God, that shit was just, I don't even want to think about them years. It was embarrassing being seen in public as a Laker fan when that man was running Jim Buss, who it was. It was embarrassing being a Laker fan on him. So you think Steven might pull a gangster move?
He has to pull a gangster move because of the fact that he got to pull a gangster move. It's either he pulled a gangster move or Jerry Croaks. I say this all the time. It's either he pulled a gangster move or Jerry Croaks.
Oh God!
Because when Jerry Croaks, because remember Jerry got 3 titles with the Cowboys. He's the owner, he's the president, and he's the general manager. It's the top 2, the other 2 that we need to get off of his title. We just want you to be the owner.
Right.
I don't want you to be the owner. Let Steven be the president, and let Steven bring somebody in outside football. I mean, outside of the Cowboys organization to be the general manager.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you keep it in house, it's still gonna be the same shit. And that's the reason why. That's the reason why I always with Jimmy Johnson was coaching the Cowboys. Jimmy Johnson was the de facto general manager of the team.
Mm-hmm.
De facto. Jimmy Johnson couldn't pull off that damn trade to get to trade off Herschel Walker to Minnesota if he didn't know what type of value that he was gonna get back in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Andrew Body's mama.
He's
He is
micromanaging.
micromanager. He's micromanager. Like he's a micromanager. But then too, you got two egos. You got two big egos. You got Jerry Jones got this big ego. Like, look, I'm the oil man. I'm the oil salesman. I'm about to be for $125 million. Turned it into a damn near now $5, $6, $7 billion corporation right here.
And that's a dope flip.
It's a dope flip.
It's a dope flip.
I ain't never heard nobody took a team that he paid pocket change for and turn it into anything like that.
Like he sell y'all, bro. He does a hell of a job selling y'all.
Yeah.
But if just would get the hell out the way and let the football people be the football people.
People be the football people.
Like I'll imagine what y'all squad to be worth then. Like y'all already the most popular team in the world. Like imagine if you get a Super Bowl in this social media era, especially. Like when y'all had the triplets and won the 3 bowls and stuff like that. Social media ain't no social media stuff. Man, y'all win the Super Bowl.
Everybody
you talking about the parade in Dallas. I'm thinking motherfuckers around the world finna have their own little Dallas Cowboy parade because there's so many of y'all. I can't go nowhere without seeing y'all.
Boy, it's gonna be a parade in Baghdad, y'all. Y'all just don't know.
Bro, they gonna have the Cowboy jerseys over their fatigue, bro. They gonna be repping out there.
I'm telling you, but with Jimmy Johnson he had an ego too, but he was the de facto GM of those teams back in the early 90s. And I'm like, you ran him off. I don't care if people he got fired. No, he didn't get fired. He ran them off. We knew people like us, black people, white people, Mexicans, don't matter who he is. We knew real Cowboy fans knew that Jerry ran them out. Because Jimmy was the type of coach that he does it his way and his way only. That's the reason why you had Bill Parcells. When we had Bill Parcells is the same type of coach. You know what I'm saying? And Bill Parcells, he got ran off. He just said he retired. That was it. And I'm like, nope, you ran him out because he's not no yes man. He's not a yes man. Right. That's the reason why we couldn't, when you talking about, well, the Cowboys should get Sean Payton. I said, nah, Sean Payton is a Bill Parcells disciple.
Sure
he is not a yes man. That man was not a yes man in New Orleans. That man could do anything that he wanted to when he was in New Orleans. And Mickey Loomis wasn't going to say jack. I'm telling you, won't say nothing. But
Jerry don't operate like that, though. Yeah. Jerry ain't been operating like that.
And it's crazy, but like I said, if it's a Super Bowl, if we win the Super Bowl here in the city, it's on. Everybody and their mama gonna come in from everywhere in Texas just to come to Dallas.
Y'all gonna have some Mississippians pop up at that thing too. I'm telling you, some of these folks gonna slab out there.
What? Man, y'all gonna be
flights, they doing everything.
Y'all gonna be on I-20 so deep, bro. It's gonna be looking like it's a damn hurricane evacuation.
But they will. If they don't make it, the flags gonna be out around here. They gonna be cooking out. They gonna be. I already know it. I already know it.
Man, yeah, but it's gonna be on one. It's gonna be on real though. But man, I appreciate you for coming on to the show, bro. I appreciate you. Because we got a lot of stuff we talked about the Mississippi politics. We ain't even talk about Tater Tot Reeves. We don't even care. We do not. Hold on now. He said the Cowboys is actually $10.1 billion right now. Yeah.
Now add a Super Bowl to that, and watch what happens. Add a Super Bowl to that.
Triple that.
yeah, Jim. You know, because it's the amount of shit that's gonna go down online. I'm just talking about online. The interact. People gonna be going live. They gonna be having the watch parties. The watch party's gonna be stupid for Cowboy. It's just gonna go. Oh, y'all jersey sales gonna go bananas. It's gonna go.
Bro, I work in Lid's locker room, man, and I'm like, bro, I need jerseys. I'm Prescott's, Diggs, Parsons, CD Lamb. I need all. I don't even care. You give me Van Der Esch. I got a whole bunch of Van Der Esch in my store. I'm like, shit, you're gonna sell too if we even make it to the Super Bowl. I was like, man.
And they might not have to win multiple. They might be able to just win one, like the Boston Celtics big three with KG and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen. And the Celtics fans so appreciate them so much because they hadn't won anything since the 80s. Like you saw the Lakers still win 3 in the early 2000s. Then you saw the Lakers, still okay. Shaq left, but you still Lakers were getting all the fanfare who got Kobe putting up all these points. And nobody really, you got Paul and you got Antoine Walker, but you still like, we the Celtics. We supposed to be the big shit. They gave them that one title. And now these boys go around, they checks stuck out. Now they got one title. The Detroit Pistons with Chauncey and them got one title. But that Celtic title, like, it's just bigger than life.
Bigger than life.
Y'all get one title and send Jerry Jones home to glory with one more Super Bowl. Shit.
It's on. It's on, boy. He get one more Super Bowl, he be on the glory.
He be gone. His life be fulfilled. He be over with. He'll be over with.
But this is what's gonna happen though. And we roll out. He'll say, well, we won the Super Bowl, but we did it my way. We did it my way.
That's what he wants. It has you right.
He wants right. the validation that he did it. So that's all it is.
You cutting the checks, Jerry Jones. God damn. These folks didn't let you make it with the segregation pictures, Jerry Jones. God damn. Just be happy, man. You know what I'm saying? They letting you make. You got all these black folks taking up for you. You got the Michael Irvin just up there hugging you and look like one kid. They just be happy. Say, get out the way, let the boy play football.
Man, I don't even want to get on Michael Irvin what he was doing around town either. That man, I promise you, when he got caught up in his dope case, this was back in '96.
Okay.
I promise the guy, y'all, this was my junior year in high school. Cuz had on a black fur mink coat in 85-degree weather. No, it wasn't 85. It was 95-degree weather in the middle of June. And I'm like,
that's what, when you treating that nose like that, he ain't feel none of that.
He was on some hard booger sugar that day, y'all. I promise you, man.
Nose candy boy.
He was on one. I was like, this Negro out here with this damn, I'm like, look, more power to him. He got money and everything. He feel comfortable. That's it. That's on him. But man, thank you for coming on. We're gonna have to do this again. Tell everybody where they can find you at, because there's some people that don't know who you are, but I know everybody else in here know who you are.
Man, y'all follow me. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel over there on YouTube. You feel me? If you like what you see, and you will like what you see, go ahead and become an official member of the channel. You know what I'm talking about? To become one of the realest one. Everybody that's down with me is a real one, but when you become an official member of the channel, you are considered one of the realest ones. You understand? Follow me across all social media platforms. You know what I'm talking about? You just go on Facebook, type in first letter, make sure you put that $sign in there because I'm about this money. You understand? On Instagram, it's first_realist_100. Okay, you don't have to put a $sign over there because they wouldn't let me put the $sign because they hating on your boy, but we still can get the money. I'm over there viral right now on Instagram. Okay, when I was telling these folks about these street lights, y'all know street lights historic in the black community. That's why, yeah, that shit viral like a mother. Shaq done posted the shit and everything now. Like, because everybody knows what that means in the black community. Take your ass home. Go on to that house. You're supposed to be there already, matter of fact. Don't let that street light beat you, matter of fact. Okay, go on over there. You know what I'm saying? That's over there. And also on Twitter, that's where I'm most active because I got something to say, as you can see. You know, I always say Twitter is for folks that got something to say, Instagram for folks that got something to see, and Facebook just crazy ass motherfuckers over there. Facebook, the Wild Wild West. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But on Twitter is @first_realist. You know what I'm talking about? And appreciate you, King, for having me on. You know what I'm talking about? This is my first time being a guest on the joint. I do a hell of a lot of shit myself. I have a lot of guests. First time being a guest, and you know, to my I'm proud to be on with another real one, for real, for real.
Oh yeah, I'm a real one. My wife, she doing homework, but I know she watching it. She monitored the chats and everything. So, but yeah, man, I appreciate it. Like I said, man, look, go check him out. Put it on something.
Already.
So he can tell you the what. He can tell you the what. He can tell you to book it.
Book it now. I can book it. We gonna win the SWAC. Now I know we finna go undefeated, but I'm gonna go ahead and book it. We still gonna win the SWAC under TC Taylor. Don't play. And we the stadium probably gonna be more packed because we gotta celebrate this brother. You feel me? And for the real shit, because I do cover more than just sports on there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
This brother highlighted a lot of real shit for the shit that's going on in Jackson. Every hood the same. So if you got something in your chocolate city, you know what I'm talking about, whether it be Philadelphia, whether it be New Orleans, whether it be Washington, D.C., whether it be Baltimore, Maryland, you know what I'm talking about, anywhere where it's a high concentration of black people, we facing the same bullshit, you feel me? So I call for all real ones around the country, around the world, really, you know what I'm talking about, we worldwide this shit on this internet. You know what I'm saying? Stand up, we band together, and we all get this money and have self-determination, real talk.
All right, man. Oh, and my mama, she approved of it.
Shout out Mama, OG.
Man, you have a good one, bro.
All right, dog. You too, man.
All right. Man, that was a real one, man. That was a real one right there, y'all. So I appreciate everybody rocking with me. Make sure y'all, again, make sure y'all comment, make sure y'all like, and make sure y'all share this show right here. If you want to clip it, man, go ahead and clip it, put it out there because hey, it's a real thing. It's a real one right there. And always, you know, like I said, crowdfunding for BCU athletics, go on to the football team. Hey, put your money where your mouth is. You want to go ahead and hit the cash app right there on the screen. We about the kids, like I said, we about the kids, y'all. Another thing, somebody hit me up earlier. They was talking about couldn't watch the show because we not talking about Jackson State right now, but yeah, Memphis in that thing too. But my brother, don't get me wrong. When we get ready to talk about Jackson State, and especially with the schedule coming, when I do the schedule breakdown for Jackson State, we gonna be up in that thing. We gonna talk about Jackson State. I don't know, it's gonna be about another 2 hours, but we gonna talk about Jackson State in that schedule, and then we gonna get into some other things going on, man. So, it was good that we highlighted all the stuff, especially what was going on in Mississippi about the try to take over Jackson or try to kill the city of Jackson from the inside out. Y'all need, like you said, go out there and vote. It's y'all election year because Tater Tot Reed's trying to get reelected for governor and everybody else trying to get their seat. Y'all go out there and vote and take these dudes out. Take them out. Take them out. Other than that, man, this has been another HBCU OverDrive Live. It is Thursday night with your boy, Doc Holliday. Remember to subscribe to become a exclusive member. Hit that join button for $4.99. Also, this is where all HBCUs matter. But until then, until the next time, more likely tomorrow, I will keep y'all informed. But Y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe and always, always, always. Y'all stay dangerous. I'm out this thing. Peace.